Hello friends, it's me again, Nike Adeyemi, just here to encourage someone in their journey of life. I don't know where you are right now, I don't know what you're going through, but I just want to encourage you with this word. I mean, there's a story I came across in the Bible, an interesting one, and it's from Luke chapter 5, verse 1, and it says the multitude were pressing, about Jesus. They wanted to hear the word of God. And he stood by a lake called Gennesaret. Then he saw two boats standing by. The fishermen were gone. They were washing their nets, so obviously they were done for the day. And Jesus got into one of the boats and he pushed back a little, from the land onto the sea, and he began to speak and preach and talk to the people. Obviously, that was a technique to allow his voice, to let the wind, carry his voice further and louder so that the people could hear him. And when he was done speaking, he said to Simon, the owner of the boat, he said, "Launch out into the deep and let down your net for a catch." Because obviously, Jesus must have known that they hadn't caught anything all day. Because they were washing their nets. Easily he could have thought that, okay, they've caught enough fish, that's it for the day. But he wanted to bless them. And many times you want the blessing of God, you want a miracle, you are waiting. But what you really need to do, what we really need to look out for is an instruction, a revelation. It could be hidden in a book. It could be an impression in your heart. It may not necessarily be an audible voice from God, okay? But here it is. Jesus said, "Let down your net for a catch." He didn't ask them any story, whether have you caught anything today? He already knew what was going on in their heart. Remember the man by the water who wanted to be healed, and Jesus said, "Jump into the water," and he began story, to tell the story of his life as if God didn't know what was going on. Jesus already knew what was going on with them, and so he said, "Let down your net." But Simon answered, "Master, we have toiled all night and have caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net." So I'm glad that he was ready to obey the instruction, but he felt he should give Jesus a background to this story, so that you know how powerful, the work you really have to do to bring this miracle to you. We have been trying. All day we have let down a net, but he is God. He knows and he sees. And it was so touching because Simon and Peter had given their boats, they had lended their boats to Jesus. They didn't hold back. He said, "Fine, use it. It's there for you." And this is what happens when we allow God to use us, to use what he has given to us in the first place. Okay, you give your office up for something, you give your house for a home fellowship, or whatever it is. Just know that God will be eager to bless you in return. And so he says, when they had done this, they caught a great number of fish and their net was breaking. Can you imagine? They had to signal to their partners to come and help them carry the fish. It was so much. That was a miracle. They must have been in awe. In fact, they fell and worshipped at Jesus' feet. They said, "We are sinners," and all of that. And aren't you humbled many times when God comes through for you? You feel, I have to serve this God. I have to rededicate my life. Indeed, he is God. But we don't have to wait for such situations to know that he is God. But what I like about this story is that they wanted a miracle, yes, but they had to obey the instruction. God gave a word. He said, "Let down your net." If they did not let down their nets for a catch, would the fish have dropped from heaven? No. The instruction came. They doubted it a bit, but they said, "Because it's you, God, no harm in trying again." And they were marvelously surprised. I pray this week, I pray even today, whatever instruction comes to you, whether it's in a book, whether it's on the pulpit, whether it's even a video like this, whether it's just an impression, obey it. Act on that instruction, and you'll be amazed how God will come through for you. Till I come your way again, stay blessed and keep shining. Bye.